Greetings, exiles. It's a new journey again. Third fresh start for this league. I've prepared some empty stash tabs and let's try to fill them up again with valuable stuff. This time I decided to try a penance brand of dissipation in combination with an occultist. I think it should be something fun and powerful. I have decided that I want to use the penance brand as soon as possible, but there is a small problem. I don't have that much currency to buy this gem. I can use corrupted gem level 20, but I need level 70 and I don't even have that many chaos orbs. And that means it's time for normal lab farming. Let's see what I can find. Nope. And another miss. Now that's something valuable. And another expensive gem. I think it's better to use dexterity gems because it's more likely to get something valuable to sell. That's my catch for an hour and a half of normal lab farming. Let's sell it all and see how much currency I was able to earn. Easy money. Now I can buy the gem I need. Oh boy. I can already see the comments. First minute of the video and already buying an item for 2.5 divine orbs. Nice fresh start. It's a scam. More divine orbs than I've earned in the whole league. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. You saw for yourself that I started with an empty stash and how I was able to earn currency. Normal lab is a pretty good way to earn some currency for your starting gear. Nice change. Good job, GGG. A few more purchases to finish the campaign as soon as possible. Well, why not? And one more purchase. For the future. Wildwood Primalist is my choice for starting because movement speed and 50% resistance will make my journey much easier. It was quick and very easy. I have some currency left, just enough to buy some starter gear. I don't need this anymore. Helmet with +1 to maximum power charges. Thanks to Ultimatum, there are so many of these items and you can choose something really good. With life and resistances. For example, this one here. Void Battery because it's a power charges stacking build. Satima's Gloves with elemental weakness on hit. Taste of Hate for more defense and damage. Amulet. Quite a good deal because it should cost a lot more. Some Venters Gamble. We are a magic find build after all. Besides, I don't feel comfortable without these rings. One last item. Shield. I'm done shopping. Let's change our gear and see what this build can do on maps. Well, what can I say? The Penance brand of dissipation damage is very good, even with 5 links and some mediocre gear. And the occultist explosions help us with fast map clearing. Because they're really good. But our defense leaves a lot to be desired. We certainly do not die from the random white monster, but this aspect will need to be worked on in the future. I know that many of you wrote in the comments that the Penance brand is boring and that there are already many videos for this build. But personally, I really wanted to try this skill before the developers nerf it. Besides, the occultist magic find with the brands is not exactly a popular build, and I think I can make an interesting journey. Some Scarab Explosion. Small but still nice. And another one. Oh no. It happened again. T0 unique item, and unfortunately it's trash. The most interesting thing about it is that I found it before I found my first divine orb. Although T0 is a 100 times more rare drop. But it happens. Speaking of which, here it is. The first divine orb. I hope it's not the last. It sure won't be the last. And scam key. Instant sale for me. A couple of wildwood gifts. And some more divine orbs. Well, I've leveled up my character to level 90 and earned some currency, and now I can upgrade my gear. But before that, I would like to divert to an important topic, because many of my viewers write to me that I find too much good loot in my videos. But what to do simple players who have no streamer client and for whom every divine orb is like a birthday present? That is once a year. For such viewers, I want to show one strategy that will help you to earn a lot of divine orbs. First of all, you will need an atlas tree like this one. Alva will be our main source of income. In addition, the delirium orbs and essences, because in this league they are expensive. We also need Alva sextants, or if you have a lot of Alva's missions you can use them. A little bit of these essences. And that's it. As you can see, this is a minimal investment, and this strategy is available to almost every one of you. As for maps, you can run any white maps, but I recommend Strand because the delirium rewards progress bar fills up very fast on this map. If you have problems with map sustain, you can run Strand and Fields because they are connected to each other. And of course, do not forget about Essence Craft on the map device. Now let's see what I was able to earn in the end. A few random divine orbs. We are magic find after all. Speaking of which, if you use this strategy, don't ignore the league mechanic, because it will give us nice bonuses like this. As for the temple, I will not talk about how to do it correctly, because it is a topic for a separate video. In the description of this video, I will leave a link to the video, where you can learn in detail about this mechanics. But from myself, I will add that there is nothing complicated, and each of you will be able to understand what to do after watching a short 20-minute video. And of course, do not forget about magic find gear. Personally, I recommend using it. At least a little bit. Because delirium monsters and monsters from the temple are very good in terms of loot. Often valuable loot will drop from them. Especially if you don't ignore the league mechanics. Well, I ran 40 maps and spent 4 hours on it, and I ended up with this. Now let's sell this loot and see my profit. Finally, this trading frenzy is over. And as you can see, that's a lot of currency. Even though I didn't sell all my loot. As a result, it turns out 6 divine orbs per hour without taking into account some loot and 3 lucky divine orbs. Sounds pretty good to me. Although many of you may not be impressed by these numbers, because there are many videos on YouTube where you are promised 10, 20, 50 divine orbs, or even mage blood in a few seconds. And I agree that this strategy is not the most profitable, but its main feature is that you need minimal investment for it. I personally spent only 1.5 divine orbs to buy sextants and essences. And also for it, you don't need a character costing several mirrors, because it is suitable for almost any build with minimal gear. Also, I got my main income from Temple Chronicles, and in theory you can give up essences or delirium orbs, but I don't recommend it. Because you will not always get the right temple, and essences and delirium orbs is always a stable currency. This is the currency stash I like more, and now I can definitely improve this build. For starters, 6 Lynx armor. It didn't work. Need more orbs of fusing. Easy. Timeless Jewel. Thanks to this purchase, we significantly increase our damage, and I recommend to make it as early as possible. Unnatural Instinct. It's very cheap in this league. Not a bad value. Large Cluster. It's pretty cheap for now, but that might change after this video. You know what I mean? 1 Medium Cluster. Wow. Pretty expensive, but that's not surprising because brand skills is a meta in this league. You can make it yourself with Harvest Reforged, by the way. It was very fast, but I was very lucky. Sometimes lucky all the time. I tried to make another cluster like this, and now I spent 2.5 divine orbs to craft it, but it's still cheaper than if you buy it. And considering that there are a lot of clusters like this on the trading site that are sold by the same players, it's pretty lucrative overall. Although again, I want to warn everyone. Crafting in Path of Exile is random, so keep that in mind, and in the comments to my last video there were a lot of viewers who tried to make an expensive cluster but ended up spending more currency than if they had bought it. Oh well, I'll keep my focus on shopping. And a couple more clusters. A new belt. And an abyssal jewel for it. Enlighten level 4. And anointment. Goldworm with this corrupted implicit. And jewel with more mana reservation. This is all so that I can activate all my auras. There are 5 at this point. Watcher's Eye. I think this one will do for starters. I'm done with shopping, now let's change the atlas. A normal one. A normal magic find. A standard atlas for AT7 Cemetery. Abyss, Delirium, and some random mechanics. Oh yeah. I almost forgot, I need to buy some juice for the maps. Now I'm definitely ready. The more I play this build, the more I like it. Penance Brand of Dissipation is good for MF because this skill has a lot of damage even with minimal gear, and that's exactly what you need for Magic Find. It certainly does not have the best map clearing and AoE, but it's an occultist build and we just have great explosions that solve this problem. And of course Abyss strategy is working as always. I'm not a big fan of Abyss though. I do not like to chase it on the map, and some of its monsters are very annoying. Although the loot from it is very good. Wow! Speaking of which, this is my biggest loot goblin in this league. Alright, that was the first part of my adventure. As I think my character has come a good way, and I am currently doing T7 Cemetery with 6,000 Wisp with ease, which gives me a nice source of currency for my future upgrades. But this is just the beginning and there will be more to come. Thank you all for watching, commenting, and giving me advice. I appreciate it. Also, I will be very grateful for your likes, subscriptions, and comments. And if you have any questions, join my Discord channel. The link you will find in the description of this video. Bye everyone, and see you in new videos.